Hello, I'm Allan Pease. I'm the author of the books Body Language and the series Why Men Don't Listen and Women Can't Read Maps. And I'm from Australia. You probably guessed that from my accent. My expertise is teaching you how to work out what the other person's thinking, what they're feeling, and importantly, what image you're projecting to someone. And that's what we're going to talk about right now. Body language makes up 60 to 80% of all the impact of messages face-to-face like we are now. So in other words, around 2/3 to 3/4 of how you come across is the way you look, appear and behave. And if you don't get it right, especially in the first 4 minutes, where people make up to 90% of their impression, if you don't get that first 4 minutes right, you're in trouble. Well, the bottom line is that body language makes up most of the impact face-to-face, and if you don't know how you're coming across, you don't know how to read how well you're going, you're just not going to be successful in business or in any relationship, because all business today, everywhere in the world, is about relationships. And if you can't work out what the other person's feeling about what you're saying, and if you don't know how you're coming across to the other person, you just won't be successful. You'll have to work on a computer. Well, there are several simple ways to learn body language to make yourself more efficient. One of them is to watch television and turn the sound down. That way you're forced, like a deaf person, to have to watch what's happening. And with the sound down, you can work out what's going on. You can train yourself to see things that normally you might miss, because we're so busy listening to things, we miss a lot of what we see, especially for men. Men are not so good at reading body signals. Women are very good at reading body signals. And this is the reason we encourage all men that you should not lie to women to their face, because it's very difficult. You're better to call them on the phone or send an email. Well, to increase your efficiency in leadership and to make yourself more acceptable, there's a couple of simple things you can do. First is by copying the other person's behaviour. We call this mirroring. So however they're sitting or moving, if you sit and move the same way, they get a feeling that they like you, they trust you, because they see themselves reflected in you. Most important thing about leaders are open. They are never closed. They never have their arms crossed across their body. They don't have their ankles or their feet closed. Leaders remain open in their face, in their body, which makes it easier for other people to feel relaxed, because to be a good leader, you've got to be non-threatening. And to be non-threatening, you've got to smile with your teeth visible. When you talk with people, you use what's called eyebrow flashing. And every culture in the world uses this. Monkeys and chimpanzees do it too. And it shows that you're non-threatening, that you're a friendly person. So when you talk with a smile, with the teeth visible, and your body open, and you copy people's behaviour, and you nod your head as you talk, people find it very easy to follow your lead and to feel comfortable with you. One of the main purposes of body language is to get people to cooperate and to feel comfortable. If people feel comfortable, they feel like you're not threatening, you're not intimidating, they're more likely to want to say yes to whatever you're suggesting, which is whatever you're selling, it's whatever leadership qualities you want them to take on from you, if you want them to follow you. We follow people that we like. We don't follow people that we don't like, who make us feel uncomfortable. Well, most managers, most leaders are not aware of how they project an image face-to-face. The rest of us, we are very aware because we can see that person. So to each of us personally, we don't know what we look like when we come across. Everybody else knows because they can see us. So a simple way of dealing with this is to get a small video camera, and you can do this at home. Film yourself just managing and leading people, doing what you do normally. Maybe you can get someone in your office to do this secretly for you. And then leave it for a few weeks and play it back with the sound off. And get other people, other leaders, other managers to comment on what they think you're saying or feeling or projecting to the other people. And that way you'll very quickly see things about yourself that you're projecting something that may be aggression, when in fact you didn't mean to be aggressive, but you look like you're aggressive. Then you can start saying, well, what are the things I need to introduce into my body language presentation to make myself more acceptable, more confident, a better leader, and for people to want to follow me? And you can learn those things, and that's what the study of body language is to learn to put positive things into your presentation to make you more acceptable, and equally importantly, to avoid any of the negative habits that you might have that when people are with you that they just find disturbing or irritating and don't want to follow you. So leadership is a skill, and you have to learn to put the good things in and to identify what the negatives are and to eliminate them.